Good evening, students. How are you today? I hope you are feeling well. And now I'm so glad to greet you. Students, do you know when our country announced its independence? Great, you're right. Our country announced its independence on August 17, 1945. But do you know the figure behind our country independence? Not yet? Okay, don't worry because I'd like to tell you about the figure behind the independence of Indonesia. So, now please listen to me. Students, we know that the proclamation of Indonesia independence gave a very important meaning to the Indonesian people, and there are 8 national figures who made it released. Are These are Mr. Sukarno, Mohatta Ahmad Subarjo, Admiral Dali Simaida, Sukarni, Fatmawati, Sayuti Melik, and BM Dia. Then the first figure is Mr. Sukarno. Engineer Sukarno is one of the people who contribute in establishing the Republic of Indonesia as a sovereign state. Sukarno was born in Blitar, East Java on June 6, 1901 and died in Jakarta on June 21, 1970. Bung Karno drafted the text of the proclamation at the house of Admiral Dada Simaida with Bung Hatta and Mr. Ahmad Subarjo. He then signed the proclamation text on behalf of Indonesia with Bung Hatta. The second figure is Dr. Haji Muhammad Hatta or Bung Hatta was born in Bukit Tinggi, West Sumatra on August 12, 1902. He died in Jakarta on March 14, 1980 at the age of 77. Hatta drafted the text of the proclamation with Bung Karno and Mr. Ahmad Subarjo. Muhammad Hatta is Indonesia's first vice president. The third figure is Ahmad Subarjo. Jojo Hadisurjo was born in Karawang, West Java on March 23, 1896 and died on December 15, 1978 at the age of 82 years. He is Indonesia's first Minister of Foreign Affairs. Ahmad Subarjo is one of the figures from the old group who played a role in preparing the proclamation of Indonesia independence. Ahmad Subarjo participated in compiling the concept of the text of the proclamation at the house of Admiral Dali Simaida with Bung Karno and Bung Hatta. The fourth figure is Admiral Dali Simaida, was a high-ranking officer in the Imperial Japanese Navy. He helped Indonesia to prepare the draft text of Proclamation of Indonesia Independence by inviting those important figures to his house and let them use it for a very important activity. At his it was gathered national figure that had great contribution. Even though he is Japanese, he is willing to help Indonesia out sympathy for the Indonesian people. The fifth figure is Sukarni, who was born in Blitar, East Java on July 14, 1916. He died in Jakarta on May 7, 1971 at the age of 54. His full name is Sukarni Kartodiwirjo. Sukarni was a youth leader and a hero who was persistent against the invaders. Sukarno proposed to Bung Karno and Bung Hatta to seek the proclamation text on behalf of the Indonesia. The sixth figure is Fatmawati, whose real name is Fatimah, was Engineer Sukarno's wife. She was born in Bengkulu in 1923 and died in Jakarta in 1980. She is born in the Heroes Cemetery in Kalibata, Jakarta. Fatmawati showed the Jaka Merah Putih flag, which was raised at the proclamation of Indonesian independence at Pegangsaan Timur Street number 56, Jakarta. The seventh figure is the text of the Proclamation of Independence was achieved by Sayuti Malik. Sayuti Malik is a youth leader who was also very important in the Proclamation of Indonesia Independence. Sayuti Malik tipped the script of proclamation to perfect it from Bung Karno's handwriting. The text of the proclamation was originally handwritten by Sukarno, then typed by Sayuti Malik to make it look nice. The original text was then thrown into the trash. One of the young men who was present at the preparation of Indonesia independence was PM Dia. The last figure is PM Dia. Took the original manuscript from the trash can and kept it. He considered that the text had a high history. The original manuscript that were kept by PM Dia for 56 years, 9 months, 19 days were later returned to the Indonesian national. He brought the original text of the Indonesian Independence Proclamation on Tuesday morning, 19 May 1992 at 10:30 am and handed it over to President Suharto. The manuscript was then kept by the National Archives on Suharto's recommendation. PM Dia decision to keep the original manuscript was very precious. Therefore, the entire Indonesian have been able to enjoy the original text of the proclamation and have learned a lot from what happened at that time. Okay, students, the soul of each national figure behind the independence of Indonesia. They are national heroes that we should respect and remember. We as young generation of Indonesians should keep this independence by seeing devoted spirit to our country, and I think that's all of our thought today. Thanks for listening to me. Keep motivated. See you next week. Bye bye.